Just to reiterate one more time, when establishing your fitness goals, follow the STAAR method. Hello my fitness friends, my name is Nathan and welcome to today's video about the first thing you should do when starting your fitness journey. Now the point I'm going to make today is one that I'm sure you have heard mentioned countless times, don't really understand how to do. You see, the first thing we should do when starting our fitness journey is establish fitness goals. Now this is something we've heard mentioned countless times. Everyone from Arnold Schwarzenegger to our neighbor down the road has told us that we need to establish fitness goals. But why then do I continually talk with and see people without clearly defined or good fitness goals, or even more so people who have come up with some type of goal, but then have disregarded it because it's been too hard and it hasn't come to fruition? And see, that is the point of the video today. I'm going to help you understand the process of creating good fitness goals that you will be able to stick to and see come to fruition. Now to do this, it's a very simple method and one that I call the STAAR Method. To illustrate this point, I'm going to utilize the whiteboard behind me to help in the visual learning process.
Now the STAAR, or STAAR method, uses the 4 pillars of S for specific, T for time, A for achievable, and R for realistic to create your fitness goals.
So now that we have our method, I'm going to start breaking it down. So these are the 4 building blocks to establishing good fitness goals. We have specific, time-oriented, achievable, realistic. So you see specific. Specific is a key component. This is probably the most important part of these goals. In order of importance, they go 1, 2, 3, 4. I know this is a little off, I'll explain this in a minute. So you see, when it comes to creating goals, they have to be specific. If you just say, well, I want to get better, what does that really mean? You could get better by going from running a 30-minute mile to a 28-minute mile, but you've really only chopped off 2 minutes. Have you gotten better? Yes, so should you stop exercising now? Have you reached the goal of becoming better? Or are you simply still in the process of getting to that point? So you have to establish a specific goal, and a good way you can understand if something is specific is if it is quantifiable. I want to run this far in this amount of time. I want to lift this weight this many times. It has a quantifiable number, not a qualitative, a quantitative qualifier that says what it is you will be doing. So a specific goal would be, I want to run 1 mile in 8 minutes. No, let's just do the acronym, 8 min. So we have to write something with a T. In 8 min. This is a specific goal. I want to bench press 250 pounds for 5 reps. These are specific goals because when I'm training, if I can do these things, that means I've accomplished the goal. If I cannot do these things, that means I still have work to do before I can accomplish my goal. Now moving on to time. This is the second most important piece of establishing a good fitness goal, is creating a time within which you want to achieve that goal. You can say, well, I want to get better. Using our previous example of a bad goal, I want to get better. Does that mean you want to get better within the next 2 weeks or the next 8 years? Because within that time frame, you can get better within the next 2 weeks or the next 8 years, and there's no crunch upon which that is put on you to achieve that goal. If you say I want to get better within the next 8 years, you could put off working out or going to the gym or eating healthier for the next 6 years and then really only focus on it for those last 2 years. So this time piece is very important to establishing a goal. So going back to here, say you're only running 1 mile in 10 minutes right now and you want to chop it down to 8. Say I want to run 1 mile in 8 minutes. Let's do This is the time frame that you want to accomplish your specific goal in. This is incredibly important, and I want you to understand this, because if you don't have a time frame, you will never achieve the goal. Time will just keep dragging out, and you can say, well, I can do this tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow, and you will keep putting off the goal, and you'll never achieve it. Whereas if you have this deadline, and you come in, and it's 1 month and 15 days, and you're only down to a 8.5 minute mile, you realize I need to put in a lot more work so I can reach this goal by this deadline. So the next piece I want to talk about is achievable. If something is achievable, that means you can physically or actually do it. If I'm trying to run 3 miles in 15 minutes, that's not achievable. That's not physically possible for me to do. My body will not allow me. I simply do not have long enough legs or a good enough cardiovascular system to achieve that goal. If I did, I would probably push myself too far and I would either get seriously injured or I might die. I haven't tried it yet, so we probably won't know the answer to that question, but that is what I mean by achievable. Achievable is something that you can do. I can't become as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger because I'm not as tall as him. I am 2 inches shorter than him. Physically, it is impossible for me to be as tall as him. So if my goal was to become as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's unachievable because he is taller than me. I hope that makes sense. Moving on to realistic. Now this sounds a lot like achievable, but this is different. Realistic has to do with this part of your goals, and that is why I've placed it as the 3rd most important piece. However, STAAR sounds better than STRA, so that is why it's out here. So when we're talking about something that's realistic, we mean, is it feasibly possible to do? After we've come through, it's specific, it's time-oriented. Genetically, I can do it, yes. Can I do it? If I want to say I want to run 1 mile in 8 minutes tomorrow, and I'm running a 10-minute mile now, is that realistic? Probably not. I probably will not be able to run an 8-minute mile tomorrow. That's not a realistic goal to have. But pushing it back to the 2-month frame, that is something that is realistic for me. It gives me enough time to train going down from a 10 to an 8, and I can build up my cardiovascular system and my endurance to do that. So that is where realistic comes in. When you're looking at your goals, you have to say, am I being unrealistic with the expectations I want to have? This is the part that trips people up a lot. And this is why most people don't accomplish their goals, because they set ones that are unrealistic. People say, well, I want to lose 20 pounds within the next 2 weeks, and then they get to the end of those 2 weeks and they realize they've only really lost 5 pounds. They get discouraged because they say, well, I wasn't able to continue my goals, I'm just going to drop it, there's no point in doing it, where in reality, the goal in and of itself was unrealistic to begin with, and that is why this is so important. So, going back over it, this is how we create a good fitness goal. If I was to do something, here, let me erase this example and write out a new one using our formula. So starting off, specific. What is a specific goal? Let's keep with the theme of running, because that's what I had beforehand. So we want to run a 5K. So this is a specific goal. I want to run a 5K This is our S. This is our specific portion of the goal. I want to run a 5K in 23 minutes. What I'm doing, how far I'm going, the time I want to do it in. Now, I want to be able to accomplish this in 3 months. Now, don't be confused with this piece as your time. This belongs to your specific portion. This is what you are doing the exercise or the thing in. This is how long you think it will take you to be able to do this. So now we have our time within 3 months. I want to be able to run a 5K in 23 minutes in 3 months. Now I want to look at, is this achievable for me? Can I actually do this? It's a simple yes or no answer. Can I do this? Can I run? Yes. What am I running now? I'm running a 28-minute 5K. So can I chop it down 5 minutes? Most likely, yes. 5 minutes is not gonna kill me. If I was to drop it down like 10 minutes, that would probably be a really big stretch. But can I drop it down 5 minutes? Yes. So is it achievable? Yes. Now, is this realistic? Going back to these two portions, are these two portions realistic? Can I chop down 5 minutes off my run time going from to 23 minutes in 3 months? Is this something I can do given the fitness training schedule I have and the diet plan I can have? Is this realistic for me to do? Looking at it, yes. I can run at least 4 times a week. I can eat the foods that will allow me to build up my cardiovascular system and hydrate myself properly, and I will have the correct nutritional balance and workout regime to accomplish this goal. Is this realistic? Yes. So now that we have looked at each of the boxes, we have realized that our goal of run a 5K, this is the goal, this is a solid fitness goal to have. Just to reiterate one more time, when establishing your fitness goals, follow the STAAR method. The goal needs to be specific, it needs to have a time frame within which it needs to be accomplished, it should be achievable physically for you, and it should be realistic. Well, fitness friends, thank you for watching this video. If you like the content I'm providing, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, please leave a like. And remember, if you want to see me do a video on a different topic or maybe a more specific topic that piques your interest, please leave it in the comments down below. As always, my fitness friends, this has been Nathan. I want you all to stay fit, stay healthy, and stay happy. I will see you in the next video.